Welcome to our U.S. Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into the exciting and complex world of outer space. Despite the many hurdles like satellite collisions, space debris, and geopolitical tensions, experts remain optimistic about international cooperation in space. New treaties and norms are emerging, but the future of space governance depends on global collaboration and responsible actions to keep space peaceful and safe. Next, in a major shift for refugee policies, Thailand has reversed its long-standing ban and now allows Myanmar refugees in 9 camps to work legally. This move, driven by declining aid and increasing refugee numbers, is seen as a regional model for self-reliance and cooperation. Refugees are hopeful about building better lives and filling labor shortages, marking a significant step toward stability and independence. Finally, a shocking discovery: an old birthday book belonging to Jeffrey Epstein reveals connections with notable figures, including former President Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, a Russian missile packed with Western-made chips was used in Kyiv, despite sanctions. The ongoing conflict shows how global supply chains and geopolitical tensions continue to intertwine, influencing events far beyond their borders. Please continue to watch for more details. The Deutsche Welle article vividly portrays the tumultuous landscape of space law, emphasizing the paradox of our aspirations versus our actions. Helen Tung, a seasoned space lawyer, highlights the chaos wrought by the blurring of civilian and military space activities, satellite collisions, space debris, and asteroid threats, all of which evoke primal fears akin to confronting a wild tiger. Yet, Tung remains optimistic, asserting that the private sector, driven by innovation and profit motives, can catalyze legal reforms and international cooperation. She underscores the outdated nature of treaties like the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, which was crafted during the Cold War, and laments the lack of legal frameworks to regulate burgeoning commercial activities, such as space mining. Despite geopolitical tensions and military ambitions, like the US establishing a space force and Russia considering satellites legitimate targets, the article advocates for norm-building and insurance-based mechanisms as pragmatic pathways forward, emphasizing that our space endeavors mirror our terrestrial behaviors and conflicts. Deutsche Welle's second piece delves into the evolving geopolitical and social dynamics surrounding refugee work rights in Thailand, illustrating a significant policy shift amid global aid cuts and regional instability. For decades, Myanmar refugees have endured squalid conditions in camps along the Thai border, with limited opportunities for self-sufficiency. The recent Thai government decision to grant work permits to approximately 80,000 long-term refugees marks a pivotal moment, offering hope for economic participation and improved living standards. Aid agencies, such as the UNHCR and TBC, praise this move as a turning point that could set a regional precedent for rights-based refugee solutions. Refugees like Akumu, who fled Myanmar in 2005, expressed joy at the prospect of legal employment, seeing it as a lifeline and a chance to support their families. However, challenges remain. Many refugees lack skills suited for available jobs, and the policy shift comes amidst a sharp decline in migrant workers from Cambodia due to border conflicts, underscoring the complex interplay between migration, labor markets, and regional geopolitics. The Associated Press piece offers a startling glimpse into the shadowy world of Jeffrey Epstein, revealing that former President Bill Clinton is among the notable figures who sent birthday greetings to Epstein in 2003. The collection of messages, some benign and others disturbingly explicit, exposes a network of influential individuals connected to Epstein, including business leaders, scientists, and relatives. Clinton's note, praising Epstein's childlike curiosity, raises questions about the extent of his acquaintance, which his office has historically denied knowing anything about Epstein's criminal activities. The article also mentions other prominent figures like Alan Dershowitz and business magnates such as Leslie Wexner and Leon Black, whose messages and drawings in Epstein's book suggest a complex web of relationships. This revelation intensifies ongoing scrutiny of Epstein's circle, highlighting how powerful individuals' associations with him remain under investigation, and raising critical questions about accountability and the influence of wealth and status in shielding misconduct. CNN reports that a Russian cruise missile, the Iskander-9M727, which struck a government building in Kyiv, was found to contain numerous foreign-made components, including American chips from Texas Instruments, Analog Devices, and others, as well as parts from Japan, Britain, and Switzerland. Despite Western sanctions and export controls designed to prevent such technology from reaching Russia, the missile still carried a significant number of dual-use components that can be employed for military purposes. Ukrainian officials released photographs and a detailed list of these parts, revealing that some were manufactured after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, highlighting Moscow's ongoing efforts to evade international restrictions. Companies such as Infineon Technologies and Texas Instruments have claimed to have measures in place to prevent their products from being diverted to Russia, but the widespread production and global supply chains make full control difficult. The presence of these Western-made parts in the missile underscores the persistent challenge of restricting the flow of dual-use technology, as investigations show that such components continue to power Russian military equipment that causes daily casualties in Ukraine. South China Morning Post details the Israeli attack on Hamas leadership in Qatar, where explosions rocked Doha as Israeli forces targeted senior Hamas figures believed to be responsible for orchestrating the October 7 massacre in Israel. The strike was confirmed by Israeli officials, who claimed it was a precise operation aimed at the terrorist organization's leadership, including its political bureau based in Qatar. Despite Qatar's condemnation of the attack as a violation of international law, the strike marked a significant escalation, especially as it was carried out in a country that hosts many Hamas members and serves as a mediator in Gaza ceasefire negotiations. The incident occurred amid ongoing diplomatic efforts, with Hamas expressing readiness to negotiate and the U.S. issuing warnings to Hamas. The attack also drew international criticism from Iran and the UAE, emphasizing the regional tensions and the complex geopolitical landscape surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports that Israel claimed responsibility for targeting Hamas senior leadership in a strike on their base in Doha, with explosions reported in the Qatari capital. The Israeli Defense Forces and Shin Bet announced that they had successfully struck key Hamas figures, including Khalil al-Hayya, a senior leader and top negotiator. Israeli officials indicated that the targets had been significantly damaged or possibly eliminated, with the operation reportedly approved by the United States under President Donald Trump's authorization. Qatar condemned the attack, calling it a blatant violation of international law and a threat to regional security, and announced investigations into the incident. The strike occurred as Hamas leadership was reportedly meeting to discuss a Gaza ceasefire proposal mediated by Qatar, Egypt, and the U.S., further complicating the fragile diplomatic situation. The incident heightened regional tensions, with Iran condemning the attack as dangerous, and prompted a U.S. embassy shelter-in-place order amid reports of explosions and black smoke rising over Doha, underscoring the volatile nature of the ongoing conflict. The South China Morning Post reports a disturbing surge in anti-Muslim sentiment in France, exemplified by the discovery of 9 pig heads left outside mosques in the Paris region. This act of hate, which includes pigs' heads placed in front of mosques and even inside suitcases, is deeply offensive to Muslims, as pork is considered haram. French officials, including police chief Laurent Nunez, have condemned these acts as despicable and are investigating them as incitement to hatred fueled by racial or religious discrimination. The incident has ignited widespread condemnation from political leaders and community figures, with Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo and the Grand Mosque of Paris denouncing the violence and Islamophobic acts. These events are part of a broader pattern of increased anti-Muslim and anti-Semitic incidents across Europe, especially since the escalation of conflict in Gaza in October 2023, which has heightened tensions and hatred in the region. Community leaders express fears of further violence, reflecting the rising climate of intolerance amid geopolitical conflicts. Meanwhile, the Associated Press details Ford's recall of nearly 1.5 million vehicles across the United States due to a rear-view camera malfunction. Models from 2015 to 2019, including popular vehicles like the Lincoln Navigator, Mustang, and Ford F-150, are affected by a defect that causes the rear-view camera to display a blank or distorted image when reversing. This safety hazard has already been linked to 18 accidents, although no injuries have been reported. Ford has announced that affected owners will receive notifications and can have their vehicles inspected and repaired at no cost at authorized dealerships. The recall underscores ongoing concerns over vehicle safety technology and the importance of timely maintenance to prevent accidents on the road. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6-do brief via email.
Great dragon wakes ancient streets, beating change with modern beats. Cities rise and towers peak, new dawn breaking, bold and sleek. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all in play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the cars, marching strong with mighty force. Whoa. New era, new wave, fast-paced day, history made in full display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold, but minds explore, east meets west and knowledge door. Complex world they navigate, China's power demonstrates. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all the play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the course, marching strong with mighty force. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions their growth and peace. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. History made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen.